It's loading right now. Let's see. Apologize for the technical difficulties. We had to get a decent internet connection going. Guardians scored one while we were away. 4-0 now Guardians. 8:31 left in the second period. Indiana skates it out of their zone to the neutral zone. Across ice. That's intercepted by Simonson. Bar back. Picked up by Morvacek. Morvacek gets it out of the zone. Algram now with the puck. He's trying to get it in deep. Indiana then throws it back to our defense in the neutral zone. He passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien can't hold on to it. Kicks back out. Morvacek then gets it over. Bar now in pursuit. Indiana then goes cross ice. He can't hold on to it. Simonson goes back in his own zone to retrieve. He cuts back the other way. Now he's looking up ice. Passes it up to Campbell. Can't quite connect. And Indiana goes D to D and then up the boards. Now they're going to the neutral zone. They dump it in deep. That's on net. Bardo's going to cover that one up. Face off in the Guardian zone. That's won by the Guardians. They then throw it all the way around the boards. Lance there in the half wall. Pick it up. He then throws it up to Olsen. Olsen now with speed. He gets it up to Campbell. Campbell trying to get it through his feet. Can't quite hold on. Indiana then picks it up, skates it around behind the net. They then pass it up cross ice, then go back to the other side of the ice. We're now starting to enter the Guardian zone. And that's back checked, but he's going to get a checking penalty. And Guardians will go on the penalty kill. Indiana wins the draw. They take a shot on net. Bartle's going to slide over and kick that to the far wall. Guardians then clear the zone, but that's going to be an icing. Puck's loose right at the dot, picked up by Higgy. Higgy then sends it high off the glass. Guardians try to tip it out. Campbell's there, able to squeeze his body against the wall and get that puck out. He then dumps it down deep into the far corner. Olsen's in pursuit, trying to get to that puck. Indiana then pushes it out. Cronlund steps up, tries to throw it up the board, so that goes back to Indiana D. Their defense looking for an opening. They go cross ice to the other D. Start to move it up through the neutral zone. Campbell's pushing him to the outside. That puck's back higher in the zone. They're trying to get it to the middle. He cuts back to the inside, and that's kicked away by Higgy. Higgy now in pursuit into the corner, battling into the far corner. Indiana comes out with it. He pins it up in the middle, but that's picked up by Cronlund. Cronlund now starts to skate it over. He tries to get up to Campbell, but just a little long. Indiana picks it up in their own zone. He circles around, passes it up ice. Cronlund's getting back, pushing to the outside. Indiana stops, go to the middle of the ice. That's intercepted by Campbell. Campbell now skating it up out of the zone through the neutral zone. He pushes it around the defender. He's got a lane, takes a shot. That's tipped high into the netting. Face off in Indiana zone. 5 seconds left on the penalty kill. Indiana wins that back to their D in the corner. Guardians there trying to hold. They throw it up the wall. D's pinch. And puck comes back all the way out to Simonson. He's got one on him. He cuts back the other way. Then goes cross ice to Amos. Amos then picks it up. Tries to get it in the middle, but that's blocked by Indiana. They're able to hold the zone. Novacek there, battling right here on the inside of the blue line. Amos now with the puck skating it up the wall. He gets his three. He gets the net. He throws it on. That's tipped out by the goaltender. They then throw it all the way around into the far corner. Indiana picks it up, starts to skate it out of their zone, brings it back to the middle, circles back, creating space, then goes cross ice. Simonson there. He steps up, intercepts that pass, and that's going to be offsides. Guardians back to full strength. All of them in to take the draw. Brian Barr, Simonson, and Novacek on the ice. Puck's loose in front of the net. Barr breaks that up. Puck goes into the far corner. He then throws it out to the D, battle on the half wall. They're trying to get that puck down deep. That's thrown out into the middle. Simonson has to go back into his own zone to retrieve. He's now regrouping. He passes it over to Novacek. Novacek trying to get control of that puck. He's battling now with an Indiana player. Barr's in there too. Barr comes out with it. He's trying to kick it up to himself. He then cuts back the other way, throws up the boards. That's stopped by the defense to hold the zone. They then shoot it on net, and that's beat up by Lombardo. Sealed that up, no rebound. Well, a face-off in the Guardian zone. Guardians win the draw. They get it behind the net. They throw it around to the net on the half wall on the far or the near side here. He then gets it out of the zone. He's skating up through the neutral zone. He gets it around the defense. And Olsen's able to get that puck down deep. Lynette now into the corner with the puck. He throws it in the middle, but that's intercepted by Indiana. Higgy then gets the puck. He throws it back down deep. That hits the ref and gets stuck on the half wall. O'Brien in there battling for the puck. Comes back up to Higgy. He steps around one guy. He's moving. He comes to the net, he tries to get cross ice, he gets it over, takes a shot. That goes wide into the near corner here and picked up by Indiana. Indiana then throws it into the middle of the ice, finds a guy, he's skating to it. He then dumps it in as Indiana goes in for a change. Cronlund goes back to pick it up in his own zone, takes it around behind the net. He then passes it up to Higgy, that hops over a stick, but it gets to Lynette in the neutral zone. Lynette now with it, he skates it into the middle of the ice. He's trying to get to the outside. He takes it in behind Indiana's net. He then tries to bounce it off the back of the net, then goes out for a change. Indiana picks it up into the corner. Campbell's there battling. Amos moves in to help out. He's taken down. Indiana now battling. They're trying to get it out of the zone. That's kicked away. Campbell now with the puck. He tries to get around one guy, but that's poked away. Indiana now gets it out of the zone, and they go to the cross ice. That hops over a couple sticks, but it's flexed off the defender. Hickey does a nice job taking away that pass to the middle of the ice, and the pass goes right through. Campbell now with the puck. He's got speed. He's going through the neutral zone. He takes it to the outside. He's got a guy with him. He sees him. Throws it around the net. Amos now picks it up. He's still battling down in the far corner. Indiana picks it up, skates it around their net. They get it up to the winger. They're trying to get it out. They get it up to the neutral ice. Hickey tries to step up. That's poked away by Cromlin. Indiana able to hold the zone, dump it down deep. Indiana picks it up behind our net. Hickey's there. He skates through him, gets it around. He steps around one guy. He then passes it up to Amos. Amos now trying to get to that puck, get it down deep in. Indiana picks it up. Battling here right on the blue line. Guardians trying to hold the zone. They kick it back deep. India then slap shots all the way through. That comes out of the zone. That's going to be, not offsides. Didn't get back into the zone. Battling here at neutral ice. Guardians trying to dump it down deep, but unable to. Indiana now picks it up in the neutral zone and starts skating into the Guardian zone. Cromlin does a nice job pushing that guy to the outside. They try to centering pass. He has the guy tied up, goes through. Barr picks it up on the inside here. He's skating down the far side. He comes back to the middle, and he loses control of the puck. Indiana now has it. Barr in pursuit. Indiana then circles back, starting to skate it out of the zone. They go cross ice, but they miss. That goes into Morvacek. Morvacek now going to regroup. He steps around one guy, trying to get it out of the zone. They push it out. Indiana picks it up in the neutral zone. They then throw it up. That comes back to Simonson. Simonson then throws it back up the boards. Simonson now with the puck. He skates it around his own net. He stops. He's trying to regroup. He steps around one guy. He then passes up to Barr. Barr gets it to Algrim. Algrim now moving up the ice. He gets to the middle. He goes to the outside. He's got a lane to the net. He shoots. He scores! That's the Hattie. Hattie for Algrim. That play started back in the Guardians' defensive zone with a nice move by Simonson to step around that guy behind the net, gets it out to Barr. Barr then moves it to Algrim. Algrim skates it down, hits a lane into the middle, and then able to score on that goalie on the left side over the blocker. Olsen now with the puck. He's trying to get it down deep into the Indiana zone, but that kicks back out. O'Brien picks it up. Sorry, that's Campbell. Campbell now with it in the middle of the ice. He steps around one guy, just loses it. And Indiana now shoots it up the half wall, and they're battling down in the far corner. Simonson there. Gets that puck. He passes it over the far side. Steps around one guy, shot, backhand. Goalie's just barely able to get his pad over to block that. And now Indiana throws the puck offside, hits a water bottle that's on the ice and prevents the icing. Morvacek picks it up in the Guardian zone. He passes it around. That goes all the way through. O'Brien's there. He passes it up to Lynette. Sorry, Campbell. Campbell now with it. He gets it over into the middle to Olsen. Olsen gets it in skates, gets control. He gets a shot, and he scores! Didn't have control of that puck, losing it in his skates. He's able to get that kick back up to himself, to his forehand, and then takes it top shelf. That's a 6-0 lead for the Guardians with 32 seconds left in the second period. Face-off kicks all the way over into the far wall. Algrim with the puck. He skates it into the zone. He's trying to get to the outside, trying to get control of that puck. He then passes it through the middle. Guardian on the back door. He then circles around. He passes it through. That's kicked away by the Indiana defense. They then are able to get it up the ice. They start to skate it through the neutral zone. He tries to pass over across ice. Cromlin does a nice job pushing to the outside. They then go back trying to get it up high in the zone. And that's going to be the end of the second period. Guardians up 6-0 as we move into the third. here to start the third period. Indiana wins the draw. He pushes it around behind the bench. They got a lane right to the net, and they shoot and they score. Indiana pushes that puck forward, tap it around the defense as they're trying to slip up the goal. Able to get a breakaway, and able to beat Lombardo. 6-1, Guardians lead. Indiana picks it up. They skate it to the outside. That goes back to Cronlin. Cronlin now throws it up. Indiana with it. They skate in the zone. They take a shot. Lombardo pushes that to the outside. Auburn picks it up behind the net. And then loses it. Now puck is into the far corner. Both teams battling for the puck. Auburn now with it. He passes it up to Olsen. And Indiana's able to keep it down deep into the zone. Indiana comes out with it. He steps around one guy, then takes a shot, and that's gloved by Lombardo. Guardians win the draw. Simonson then throws all the way around the boards with O'Brien going to the other side. He passes it up to Campbell. Campbell with it. He's able to get out front, then gets it poked away. Indiana then throws it in the middle of the ice, and that's picked up by Simonson. Simonson steps around two guys. He's now skating it into the zone. He gets pushed to the outside, gets it back to the middle, and not able to connect anybody. Morbacek steps up from the point, throws it back deep into the zone. Indiana picks it up. They throw it up the boards. That comes back. Campbell there, trying to hold his own. Indiana flips it out. Indiana now got another breakaway. He shoots. Left side. Barr comes out with the puck on the face-off. He's skating it to the outside. He gains his zone. He comes back to the middle. He gets it over to Algrim. Algrim steps around. Barr now in pursuit. Barr trying to get control of that puck into the corner. He goes down. Algrim there steps up. And that's kicked out by Indiana. Cross ice, but that's intercepted. That's going to be offsides on the Guardians. Face off one, Barr comes around, he goes to the outside, he cuts to the inside, he gets around, he's got it loose to the skates, trying to get control of it, he gets it. Indiana now picks it up, skates around behind the net. They then throw it up to their winger, he can't control it, goes back to Cronlin. Cronlin now goes cross ice to his D partner. Peggy now steps around one guy. He's taken down by Indiana. So plays blown dead for offsides. Indiana wins the draw. They now start to skate it through neutral zone. They then dump it in deep. Simonson goes around. Puck goes all the way around into the far corner. He picks it up. He then throws it up. That goes to the Indiana D. They scared to skate in the middle of the ice, and they're able to get it in low. Simonson now with the puck. He starts to skate it out of the zone. He tries to get it up to Campbell. Campbell loses it and then skates. And it comes back the other way. Morbacek then throws it up, bounces it off the wall here, up into the zone. Olsen trying to hold, but Indiana comes out with it. They're now moving the other way. They skid in the middle of the ice. And that's broken up. He gets control backhands. That's stopped by Lombardo. Puck's now loose behind the net. Indiana with it. He throws it in front. That's shot right in front of the net, tipped off one of the Guardians players into the net. Now a 6-3 game. Indiana now has 3 unanswered goals. Crowlin now with the puck. He skates it in, he gets it into the middle. Algrim now with it. He's taken down by Indiana. Indiana now stepping around. He skates it into the zone. He steps around. He then gets it in ice. That's broken up by the Guardians. They then throw it to the outside. Their defense able to pick it. They throw it down deep into the boards. They skate it into the middle of the ice. Then shoots it towards the net. That's tipped out in front, goes wide into the far corner. The net there trying to get it, poke it around the defenseman, but Indiana able to hold the zone. They now get it. They're getting it in control down in the far corner. Piggy's there battling, trying to get control of that puck. Algrim steps in to help out. Still battling. It looks like it's underneath the Indiana player. The Guardians come out with it. They then throw it up to the net. The net then steps around, throws up the boards. That goes all the way into the Indiana zone as they pick it up. They're then able to skate it around, come into the neutral zone. The Guardians will get a penalty for hooking. Left in the third period. Guardians trying to hold on to this 3-goal lead. Face-off's won by the Guardians. And they're able to throw it up. Indiana holds and throw it to net. Bar tries to hit that with his glove to get that from going to the net. Then goes into the far corner. Indiana's there. Still in control of the puck. They throw it into the middle. That's poked out by Lombardo. That goes all the way through. Moravicek then throws it up. That bounces all the way through. That's going to go on net. There's no icing. So Barr's able to poke that away from the Indiana player. Now they got to get back. Indiana taking it to the far side. Simonson then pokes it around. That's intercepted by Guardians. Indiana now with it. That's poked away by Campbell. Battle now in the far corner of the Guardian zone. That goes in around behind the net. Simonson then gets it. He throws it up. That's tipped. Bar now in pursuit. They're skating around the far side. They pass it up into the neutral zone. So Conlon's got it. He's got one guy with him. We got a 2-on-1. He passes it up to Bar. Bar gets control. He shoots. He scores! That's a huge goal. Gets the momentum back for the Guardians. That's 7-3 now. Kevin able to pick that puck up into the neutral zone. Crowlin gets it over to Bar. Bar's able to get control and then beats that goalie blocker side. Alderman to take the face-off. 5:15 left in the third period. Battling here right up the face-off dot. Indiana comes out with it. He throws it. That goes all the way deep into the Guardian zone. Piggy now picks it up behind the net. He's met by 2 Indiana players, so he throws it up to the wall. Picked up by Olsen. Olsen now starts to leave the zone. He tries to get into the middle, but that's tipped. The net's able to get a good stick on that. Tip that puck back in the Indiana zone, and they're forced to regroup. They then go cross ice, then into the middle. He cuts back. Indiana ought to be offsides. Guardians win the draw. They then pass it, trying to get O'Brien. O'Brien just can't reach it. Then Hagee then tries to go cross ice. That's tipped up. Bar gets it. He gets control. He throws it to the wall. That's picked up by Indiana. Now battling here in front. Campbell with the puck. Campbell gets it into the zone, but he's pushed off into the corner, but then gets right back up and gets back in there and pushes that puck all the way deep into the zone. Indiana trying to get control of it. Campbell there still battling for the puck. Indiana comes back the other way. That's picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien and Barr trying to get control of the zone. That kicks back out to Cronlin. Cronlin then throws it all the way across the ice. That's going to be picked up by Campbell. Campbell then dumps it in deep. Indiana picks it up behind their net. Barr now battling on the half wall. That comes out to Cronlin, but that just sneaks just a little bit out of the zone, and that's going to be offsides. Indiana comes out with the face-off. They get it up through the neutral zone, and that's intercepted. Now picked up by we're going to have a whistle. They're calling a penalty, I believe. Never mind. Looks like it's just going to be an offsides call. Simonson with the puck, he then throws it down deep. That's going to be long. That's probably going to be an icing. Face-off come back into the Guardian zone. Face-off. Won by Indiana. They throw it into the middle of the ice. They can't connect. That kicks all the way out. They then dump it in towards net. Moravicek steps up. He throws it up the boards. That goes all the way into the zone. Not going to be enough for an icing. Algren with it. He tries to get to the middle. That's poked away. Simonson steps up, holding the zone. Indiana then moves it into the middle of the ice. They're trying to regain the zone. They do so. Then Moravicek's able to take that stick, poke it away into the far corner as they both battle for possession of the puck. Moravicek gets control. He gets it up to the net. The net now with Algren. Algren now skating up the far side. He's taken down by Indiana. And Moravicek's able to step in. He's now in pursuit. We're going to have a penalty here, it looks like. Penalty on Indiana for a rough. Face-off will go in the Indiana zone. 1 minute, 14 seconds left in the third period. Guardians up 7-3.
Let's go, White. Let's get one quick here, White.
Guardians win the draw. It's pushed in the far corner. He comes back to Cronlin. Cronlin now with control of it. He passes it up to Campbell. Campbell not able to hold on to it. Olsen gets it back to Campbell. Campbell with some time. He passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Higgy. Higgy steps around. He gets it back to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Higgy. And then Higgy back to O'Brien. O'Brien then throws in the middle of the ice. That pass is intercepted. Now Indiana coming the other way. Higgy able to get back. He pokes that puck away. Then lifts the puck up into the air. Indiana comes out with it. They're skating into the zone. They pass cross ice, and then they dump it down deep in the zone. Higgy back down in the far corner. He picks up that puck. He cuts back. He goes back the other way. He's now got some space. He's got room. He passes it up to Olsen. Olsen now trying to get to the outside. He gets pushed, but puck gets into the Indiana zone. Indiana now picks it up in the corner. They throw it up. That's intercepted by O'Brien. O'Brien trying to hold on to it, but Indiana comes out. They then pass it up into the middle of the ice. Cronlin pokes away, but it goes right back to another Indiana player. He shoots it, and he gets top shelf on Lombardo. 3 seconds left. That'll be the end of the game. Final score, 7-4, Guardians victory. Just want to say thank you for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll be back again, I think, at 3:40. Play, I believe it is Fox Motorsports. So this is Guardians Hockey signing off, and hopefully we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you for watching.